typically when we do these things online, we have anywhere from 100 to 1,000 people join, and this is the way we kind of share the story with a much larger audience. I wanted to echo what Doc said. My partner in crime here was Bill. This has gone through many iterations.
Yes.
In every single iteration, though, all of you got to taste great beer, so I had that. But I really appreciate all of his help and
Been fun.
arranging room and palace and all of that good stuff. So here's the setup. Okay, the setup is this. 40 years ago, 1983, less than 100 breweries in the U.S., craft breweries in the U.S. Fast forward, there are over 9,000 today. Okay. In Pennsylvania, second largest number of breweries in the country, a little under 500 is what I'm told. 10 gallons of beer per adult. Drink up, that I help make those averages. and yet, challenging times for what is, I think, an $8 billion industry. When I spoke to every single one of these folks, literally the first thing out of their mouth was challenging times. So to discuss those challenging times, to talk about changing consumer tastes, to talk about issues in the supply chain, to talk about alternate beverages, and what we can all do to actually build a successful business. We've got Ben, Bill, and Tom. Let me just kind of go around the horn really quickly. If you wouldn't mind, I'll start with you, Tom.
Okay.
Give the short introduction to yours in your words.
Okay.
And then your role today. Like, what do you?
Sure.
Spend your time?
I mean, back when Yard started in 1994, we were just, really getting out there and just trying to, find our place. And it was me and my partner. We did all the work. We made the beer. We delivered the beer. We, keg dished it, everything. And, we had no place to go but up because we were that small. And, within a year and a half, we ended up moving to our second location and, finally started packaging beer, things like that. And, it was just a passion that we had that we turned into a real business. And we treated it that way. We didn't go in and do a couple days a week at the brewery. This was our full-time job, and we absolutely embraced it. And I think that's one reason, we have the success we did today, because we really, made some great groundwork and just, kind of built the company from the base up. And, today, I finally started giving up some things back we were talking about earlier in 2008, where I let somebody else do the first, TTB tax form. And that was like the first thing I gave up. And, just started doing more. In fact, we ended up hiring some great people that are a lot smarter than me, that are, doing, the financial part of it and everything. And now I'm more doing this kind of stuff, going out doing sales and, still working on product development, which I absolutely love, and I don't think I'll ever stop that. So.
Challenges that Tom and John were facing at the time that Ron and I wrote our business plan and jumped in, we decided that we would basically adopt the same ethic and roll up our sleeves and produce beer. I come from, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts background from Temple University. I met my business partner on a school bus in 1973 in Montgomery County, Worcester Township. He ended up graduating from UCLA with political science and economics degree. So at a certain point, actually it was when we got our SAT scores, in fact in high school, when I looked at his math versus my verbal, I'm like, hey, we could be something together. Post-college, I started homebrewing, giving him a homebrewing kit, and then this starts to become an idea. So with the patience of our wives, we were able to, put a business plan out for Victory Brewing Company in 1993, and able to open our doors in 1996 in Downingtown, Chester County, very center. We have an old Pepperidge Farm bakery there. We had a 144-seat tap room, as well as in plenty of ambitions and equipment to be producing draft and keg beer, just like Yard's Brew at the time. And like Tom, the hiring of intelligent people is really the catalyst for success. So I have handed off a lot of hats in 27 years, such that I'm in a very fortunate position where I am a very engaged advisor and mentor at this point as brewmaster and founder.
Awesome.
Yeah, my name is Ben Felice. I'm the Senior Vice President of Strategy Engagement for the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association. I did not single-handedly save our industry. We have an amazing team, and we have a really resilient hospitality industry in Pennsylvania. The PRLA represents all restaurants, all hotels, catering and events, destination marketing organizations like Visit Philly here, country clubs, campgrounds, amusements like Dorney Park and Hershey Park, anything under that hospitality umbrella. My background, I came up in restaurants. That's where Bill and I met, and Tom and I met. I spent 20 years operating some fantastic restaurants in Philadelphia. I've been full-time with the organization for the past 5 years. COVID really kicked this industry hard, but again, we are resilient, we are fighting back, and we're looking forward to the future.
I'm excited about seeing Ant-Man this weekend. And all superhero movies begin with like the origin story, right? So I'm curious about the Yards and Victory origin story. And you kind of referred to this a little bit, but I want to kind of hear about, tell us a story when you were like, done. This is too hard, like we're walking away. And then give us the opposite. Tell us like a story when, this is going to be a breakout beer brand. This is like a company we're going to be dedicated to long term.
You got it, Tom. Made me something good.
I'll do the origin story. I was working for a small brewery called the British Brewing Company back in, I guess, '89, and it was down in right outside of Baltimore. And every Friday they would deliver a firkin of basically their Oxford class amber ale to a bar called Bertha's. And these guys were just like, it was a Brit that owned it that was totally into cask ale. And we had made the cask of beer, and of course we don't want to shake it up too much, although we're delivering it for them to tap right away. And I'm walking with another guy, and we're going to walk through the door, and we're like carrying this together, and we're not going to both fit. So I was like, I got it. And he lets it go, and I go walking in. And when I walked in, like the C's part of the people was packed. Walked up to the bar, put it on there. The owner's sitting there with a spigot and a hammer. He goes, hold it. And I hold it. He bangs it in, and he goes, start filling glasses. I'm grabbing glasses that they pre-sold and just filling it with the cask ale. The cask was probably done in about an hour, and I'm looking around and handing out these beers, and I'm going like, yeah, this is what I want to do in my life.